Hey guys, and welcome to the live stream. Today, we're starting our new series called Canceled. Have you ever had a TV show that you loved, only to find out a season or two into it got canceled? It's a major bummer, right? When we are talking through this series, we're going to be talking about the things in our culture that we would like to see canceled. See, these things are the things that are not good for us, or things we hate to see, and how we can cancel them for good. Today we're talking about canceling other people that are different from you. This isn't a new idea. Social media might be a modern invention, but humans have always been quick to cancel people who are different. In Jesus' time, people were often canceled by society when they sinned, got sick, were poor or disabled, or were from a different country or culture. Maybe that sounds horrible, but how often do people get angry or even violent towards people with a different skin color, political view, gender, or religious belief? The answer? Often. During Jesus' time, there was a major rift between Jews, God's people, and Samaritan, those from a neighboring city. Picture the kind of rivalry between the Yankees and the Red Sox, but worse, way worse. There were major differences between the Jews and the Samaritans that led to major disagreements. If social media had existed back then, the posts between the Jews and the Samaritans would have been intense. Their ethnic and cultural differences made them distrust each other. Their political differences made them angry at each other. Their religious differences made them hate each other. For hundreds of years, you would never see a Jew and a Samaritan interact, let alone have a respectful conversation about the differences in their customs or beliefs. But then, Jesus showed up. The conversation we're going to look at comes from John chapter 4, verses 1 through 26 and 39 through 42. In this conversation, Jesus rose above the social and religious restrictions of the day. According to those customs, it would have been already controversial for a respectful man like Jesus to speak with an unmarried woman as if she was his equal. On top of that, Jesus was a Jew talking to a Samaritan. Despite their differences, Jesus and Samaritan woman did something remarkable. First, Jesus valued her. Although Jews were accustomed to dismissing and hating Samaritans, Jesus never dismissed or was cruel to her. Instead, he valued her enough to start a conversation with her, to treat her with respect, and to share with her the good news that would change her life. But she also valued Jesus. Although Samaritans were accustomed to dismissing and hating the Jews, this woman valued Jesus enough to give him a drink of water, to listen and learn from him, and to tell others what she had learned from him. Imagine how things could change if we acted this way with the people we don't like or who we seriously disagree with. Everyone would have expected Jesus to either ignore or condemn this woman. But by choosing to love, embrace, and value her, Jesus challenged his followers to love people who are different instead of rushing to cancel them. Because both Jews and Samaritan woman valued each other, letting go of their differences that separate them, many lives were changed. Whether you follow Jesus or not, there's a passage in the book of 2 Timothy I think we all can learn from. One of the early Christian leaders was a man named Paul. The book of 2 Timothy is a letter Paul wrote to a young man he was mentoring. Here's one of the things that he told him. This passage comes from 2 Timothy chapter 4, verses 2 through 4. Preach the word. Be ready in season and out of season. Reprove, rebuke, and exhort with a complete patience and testing. For the time is coming when people will not endure sound teaching, but have itching ears. They will accumulate for themselves teachers to suit their own passions. Paul warns Timothy that people tend to only believe or listen to the things they want to hear. He's specifically talking about theology, what people believe about God. But that's true about a lot of things, isn't it? We prefer to hang out with people who like the things that we like, think or talk like we do, behave like we behave, believe the things that we believe. There's not necessarily anything wrong with that most of the time, but here's where we can go wrong. When we only spend time with people who are just like us, we forget to value people who are different than us. We only learn from people who already agree with us, which means we don't really learn anything new. The Jews and the Samaritans both believed God was okay with them ignoring and hating each other. Because they surrounded themselves with people who believed that too, they continued to be comfortable with that belief. But when Jesus crossed dividing lines to have a conversation with a woman who was different than him, he helped both sides see just how wrong they all had been. Through their conversation, Jesus challenged both the Jews and the Samaritans to love the people who are sometimes the hardest to love. People who are different than us, our neighbors who may not share our culture, value, behavior, skin color, language, or beliefs. Through his example, Jesus challenges you to do the same, to love people who aren't like you.